Today's crown comment goes to... If you want to get featured, all you have to do is write something lovely and positive in my comments section or in my community tabs. On any video, anywhere. Like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy. Hi guys, it's Regal. Today we're going to draw Christine Daae from the Mazm games to celebrate 600 subscribers. I know we kind of hit 600 subscribers back in February and it's now August, but I've kind of been a bit busy. So we're finally getting around to it, and soon we're almost about to hit 700, so it's sort of a mix between celebrating 600 and 700 at the same time. I asked you guys to send in some questions to my Instagram and to our community tab, so I will be answering them now. Thoughts on Mazm's Phantom of the Opera so far? Well, I think overall it's almost over now, unfortunately, but overall, I've had such a great time playing this game. It's so funny, and I really didn't expect it to be, but I guess because it's such a dark story anyway, and goodness knows, Mazm has made this even darker. I won't spoil it if this is your first time coming to my YouTube channel, but yeah, they've really made it even darker than it was before, which really surprised me because, goodness, Phantom of the Opera is already quite a dark story. And it's cool to have a game that's paid so much attention to the original source material. You really know that they've done their homework. And just the characters are so interesting, that the depth that they've added. Christine has so much more depth to her than she's been given in a lot of other adaptations. I love her in this one, she's awesome. And yeah, just the music, the artwork, I really, really like it. There's so much to enjoy. Eventually I'm going to do a review once I've finished the game. Yeah, overall it's been an amazing experience, and it's been so much fun to share my experience with you guys and sort of see what you think in the comments and see that you've enjoyed my playthrough as well. This is awesome. So thank you for watching all the way this far. And if this is your first time coming to the channel and you're like, ooh, Mazm, this person plays the Mazm games, yeah, click this button. It will take you to the very first episode, so hope you enjoy. Would you be interested in playing more Mazm games in the future? I definitely would, and if you have been a subscriber recently, you would have seen on our community tab that I asked you guys to vote if we should play Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde next. So if you do want to see me play that, go ahead and go vote on our community tab so I can see it. I have been looking at the other ones, but they do seem a bit more horror related. If they do release any more sort of story-based visual novel games in the future, I definitely would be open to that. I love gothic stories, and they do sort of seem to be making things in that vein. So yeah, if they make anything more visual novel based in the future, I will take a look. These two questions I'm going to combine in one. Essentially, it's how did you get into Phantom of the Opera / when did you read the book? So this is going to be probably the longest answer, the longest answered question. Okay, so picture this. 13-year-old Regal sat on the floor of her living room, way back many years ago. So I think we were looking for something to watch on the TV, and my dad flicked the channels, and it came up with this black and white film, and I was like, oh, what's this? Is this another one of your old movies? Because my dad's super into like old movies, and oh, is this another one of the movies that you're into? And he was like, this is called The Phantom of the Opera. And he said he'd watched it a long time ago, and I was like, oh, it looks really old, like, oh, I don't know about this. Like, there's nothing wrong with old movies, but as a 13-year-old at that point, I was just like, I kind of want to watch something else. And I was like, Dad, is this like a super old movie? And he was like, hold on, just hold on, just watch and see for a bit. And the moment that the chandelier went up, the moment the music started, and when everything turned into colour, goodness, my brain lit on fire. That is the way I always like retell the story. My brain lit on fire, and ever since then, like, an obsession began. After that, I was just absolutely captivated by this movie. Like, I'd sat there the entire evening watching the 2004 movie, and I definitely fell in love with Gerard Butler immediately. It's so funny, like, I would actually consider him to be my sexual awakening at that point. It's really funny. I was like, oh, so this is men. Like, I was just like, oh, boys really aren't that interesting. Men, though, I understand now. So I was sort of like, oh, I get it now. But yeah, so that was the beginning of my obsession, and after that I just had to get my hands on everything to do with Phantom of the Opera. That was like my first introduction to fan fiction. I then read the book when I was probably like maybe 14 perhaps. In terms of my reaction to the LaRue novel, like, I went from the 2004 movie to the LaRue novel, and goodness, like, it definitely felt like a huge jump. Like, it was like really sitting down and going, oh, this is the original story, and oh, wow, it's really dark, and actually there's a lot more to it than I thought. Yeah, so it was quite a huge jump, and it was quite a big adjustment to make, but it didn't hinder my interest at all. Like, if anything, it just encouraged me to pursue every single aspect of Phantom and everything I could find, One day I do intend to like have a Phantom of the Opera collection of some kind. Like, I'll get my hands on all the memorabilia and all that stuff, but God, I've never had the money to like be a collector properly. So one day when I have my own house, I will dedicate like a space in my office for collecting Phantom stuff. So yeah, I definitely like the Phantom of the Opera novel. Like, I can see it where I'm sat right now. Like, there's lines all over the spine because I've read it so much and it's precious to me. What is your favourite musical? Goodness, I wonder what it could be. Yeah, it's Phantom of the Opera, of course. It is just the number one favourite, but I do love lots of other musicals. I love Moulin Rouge. I love Hamilton. I love Les Mis, like, oh, have you sensed a pattern here? They're all historical based. Yeah, if it's like a historical based story, I'm probably going to be very interested in it. I do love a good period drama. Yeah, I just love musical theatre in general. Did you get to see Phantom of the Opera on Broadway? I have never been to America, but goodness, I was so heartbroken that Phantom of the Opera got cancelled off Broadway anyway. Like, it belongs there, it should stay there. Oh, that video when they announced, like, even thinking about it, like, my throat closes up, but the video where they, like, announced that he was leaving, like, Phantom was leaving Broadway, oh god, the moment where Eric slowly walks away into the night while music of the night is playing, like, oh, it just makes me so emotional. It's so sad. Like, why? What is the meaning behind the name Regal? A long time ago I kind of experienced a need to really make over my identity in some way and like really transform and kind of grow, really like make myself, like create a persona for myself in order to gain some kind of self-confidence, because I've had a long history of mental health issues and really not feeling good about myself, and I was going through a lot of the time, and it also kind of coincided with me getting into voice acting that same year. So one, I needed a persona for myself, and two, I needed something for my growing interest in voice acting and starting to earn a bit of money freelancing for it. So Regal is, because I looked all over the place for a good name for myself, and the definition of Regal was sort of like the state of mind that you need to be a monarch. I'll put the Google definition up there to make it sort of make more sense, but I'm super interested in queens from the past, and just queens and kings and princesses in general. Like, I really love historical royalty. I find those stories of kings and queens from the past fascinating. It's kind of like stayed with me. But the idea that I could sort of, even though I felt bad about myself, I could sort of be the queen of my own life, if that makes sense. So that was one side of it. And the other side, as I said, was to do with the voice acting. And a lot of people had described have described my voice as sort of quite fancy, quite classy, I guess. This is not my words, it's just other people's words, but it sort of made sense to kind of cover what my voice is, I guess. So if I was to, because I do still intend to one day become a professional voice actor, I would like to try and do that along with everything else I want to do in my life. But it kind of feels like a good blurb almost for my voice. I'm like, hey, I'm Regal, and you hear my voice and they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense, you know what I mean? Sort of good way of covering all bases. But yeah, that's the story behind my name. I wanted something to make me feel powerful and strong and good, even when I don't feel that way. So it's a really great way to bring my strength up, even when I don't actually feel that regal. At least my name is, you know? What made you want to start a Phantom of the Opera inspired YouTube channel? Well, this all completely happened by accident, to be honest, and I wouldn't, just to clarify, I wouldn't say that my YouTube channel is based around Phantom of the Opera. It is just my main special interest. It's just kind of so happens that I've made a lot of content around it, so. But basically, in 2020, I had nothing really to do. I was finishing my final year. Oh, yeah. I was finishing my final year at university. I was graduating, but obviously I was not really able to do much at that time. I was trying to apply for jobs. There were no jobs. So it was just like, okay, I don't really know what to do. I don't know what can I do. So I'm just gonna go and do some stuff on YouTube like I've always wanted to do. And I was looking all over YouTube, like, because I'd got into the ASMR ambience stuff. I was really into, you know, immersing myself in different worlds because I was stuck inside. I needed an escape. And I've always loved Phantom of the Opera. So I was like, okay, let's find some Phantom of the Opera ASMR. And there was really barely anything. And I was like, oh, there's nothing here. maybe I should make some, and that's sort of how I started making these videos. I have uploaded video content before, but it's all privated and deleted now. The very first thing I ever made was a Harley Quinn makeup tutorial when I was like 15, and I had to private that because people on the internet are creepy, so yeah, I unfortunately had to private that. I'm kind of glad I didn't pick up YouTube again until I was actually an adult. Just for the record, for all intents and purposes, the Regal YouTube channel is not a Fans with the Opera channel. It's my channel featuring the stuff I'm interested in. So yeah, I hope that kind of makes sense. In terms of long-term goals and short-term goals of this channel, I really, really want to hit 1K subscribers. It is sort of a bit of a big dream of mine at the minute to have 1,000 subscribers and be in a position where I could make YouTube my side hustle. That would be incredible for me. It would be so important, so special, and be fulfilling a long-term goal. I want to make more voice acting videos. Like, that is something I'm passionate about. You know, I do want to do voice acting more professionally, so I'd like to make more videos about that. But I'd also love to kind of share my passion for fashion. I sound like a brat still. Passion for fashion. I'd love to make videos about my style and my interest in different types of alternative clothing. I would really love to do that. I also would like to make video essays too. So there's just so many things that I'm interested in and I'd love to do for this YouTube channel. So definitely watch the space. There'll be a lot of different things in the future. But yeah, 1,000 subscribers would be incredible. And I know that we could get to that point. I feel like by 2025 we could do it. Like, if we're this close to 700 now, we can absolutely get to 1K. Like, there's only 300 more. I just need 300 more of you guys to come and join me on this journey. I'm sure we can do it. Any hobbies that you're into / want to get into outside of YouTube? Well, as you can see, I do love illustration. I would love to become a professional illustrator someday, but that's still quite out of reach. I'm still practicing and honing my skills. So that's something I do quite a lot outside of YouTube. Something I really want to get better at is singing. Quite a lot of you guys have been really lovely and said that you like my voice quite a lot. But I don't think I'm good enough yet. I have posted a few covers here and then I've deleted them because I've just been embarrassed, and I just think I can do so much better. I think I would really like to hire a voice tutor sometime. Not quite in the the Eric way though. I'm sure he's like somewhere out there like going, oh god damn it. But yeah, I'd love to get better at singing. I have a friend who has said that I'm pretty good, but me personally, because I'm a perfectionist, I really just want to get better before I post proper covers to YouTube. So that's definitely a goal that I have. I'm very interested in Japan, the culture, and travelling there. I really want to travel there for a second time. So that would involve me learning the language more. I definitely need to learn the language more. I can only say one or two things. I can say hello and thank you and excuse me, and that's kind of it. I really need to get better at learning Japanese if I want to travel there more often. But yeah, that's just a few things. Alright, that was our very first Q&A to celebrate 600 subscribers, and this is the finished piece of Christine. It's semi-realistic, not supposed to be a copy of her sort of cartoon anime-esque image and sort of not completely supposed to be realistic either. It's just sort of a take on my style of Christine. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for your questions. For when we hit 1k subscribers, I will definitely be doing this again. If you have any questions for then, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Follow me on Instagram and all other social medias, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye!